It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, cause it keeps getting better.
Hi Paul, how are you?
Isabella, how are you? It's great to be here. How are you keeping?
I'm delighted you managed to come over. How was your trip?
Oh, it was very good. The traffic was very calm
No
today.
problem.
So no problem at
I
all.
was waiting for the breakfast, with eggs and steak and everything, but you missed it, sorry.
I was wondering that where the eggs went.
Sorry for that. Listen, Paul, I'm delighted to have you here. I heard so much about you.
Yes.
I'm not very clued in country music myself, but
Yes.
I did a huge research before you came down. So I believe you are absolutely enormous right now down in Donegal and new singing sensation pretty much. How did it happen?
Oh, it's a long story. It's
Come
gone
on,
on.
give us a short version of it.
It's gone on basically since I was 5 years of age. You know, if we want to start way back there, where Santi, you know, Santi's just been there. Santi keyboard learning. Well, my mum was in a band all her life, and I suppose really I just following in her footsteps. Basically, she has been in a two-piece sort of a pub band all her life. And basically it started from there. Santa brought me a keyboard, and I say there's three others in my family. None of them really into music as much as I am. But it all started there basically, and there's a long story then how we got to sort of where I am today, if you want to put it that way, you know.
But is it because where you're from and Donegal and you know the country music down there is huge? Is it that's why you went for country, or did you actually really love the country music?
Well, the country music is the only music that I ever listened to or that I ever have any interest in listening to, and I suppose it's been sort of bred into me since I was able to walk, talk, you know. It's been on in our family home ever since I grew up, you know, with my mum. The way she would learn songs is listen to them. So, like, for example, maybe when I was growing up, maybe like Susan McCann, you probably didn't hear tell of her, she was on go, repeat all the time.
So that was really the only option.
Yeah, so there's no other options really, as you say, Isabella, only listen. And I suppose I took it on board then, and this is what I wanted to do. And like it started then, I got a guitar then, I think a few years after that. My mother then entered me into a song competition when I was 9 years of age, and I won the song competition, and it basically went on from there. And I suppose I started off in the band, and the band with her when I was 12 years of age, so you know.
So where are you right now? So you have a band?
I have a 6-piece band of my own, yes.
Playing gigs, I don't know, weddings as well, I presume.
We don't do many weddings, but of course we do weddings and any private corporate gigs. We do all them as well. But mainly it's the dance halls now that's going. Like we'll say, for example, in Dublin, you've got the Look and Spa, which does a good gig on a Sunday night. We've played there a few times. The Red Cow Hotel, which does a country gig on a Thursday night. And then you move away from Dublin, you go to Monaghan. There's a gig in Cavan. There's loads of gigs in Donegal, but you have also like Tipperary is very strong.
So do you travel every week? Quite a lot. So every week will be in different county.
Different counties every week. And I've seen where, like during the summer there, where we were in Fermanagh on Saturday night. Sunday during the day I had a gig in Killarney. So I had to go to that, and then Sunday night I was playing in Monaghan. So it's like a lot of driving, sometimes more often in the car than on the stage, you know, but that's all part of it. And people say to me, do you not stay over at night? But if you end up staying over, things, you know, you end up staying over, you don't get up then to maybe dinner time the next day, and then the next day is gone. Well, sort of travelling at night's very simple, you know, there's not many cars on the road, and it's good, you know.
What's your support like? The people that follow you, do they follow you everywhere, or is it every county has their own?
Well, every county has their own to a certain extent. Now there's a few exceptions. Like one weekend we were in Donegal, Cork and Galway, and I seen the same three faces at the three gigs.
No way.
So like there's a lot of travelling there, and you have some very dedicated fans, you know, and they just will travel no
Everywhere.
matter where
It doesn't matter
to go.
where.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool, right?
it's great, and you know, I suppose a lot of our work depends on the fans you build up over the course of your setting up your band and all.
Of course. So you are very well known in Ireland right now. Are you trying to go a bit more international? Anything planned abroad right now, or?
Well, we've done the UK a lot. I suppose last year, 2014, we've done Scotland 3-4 times. We've done England a few times, and just this weekend now we're heading back to Scotland again. We're doing a gig on Thursday night in Glasgow, a private gig in Glasgow. Friday night we're in a village called Keith, which is not far from Inverness.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night we're in Invergordon, and Sunday night we're in Ellen. So it's basically North Scotland, you know, but we're doing the Glasgow gig on the way up.
Would you ever try to break into the States?
Well, we'll take one step at a time, Isabella.
Listen, you have to dream big, right?
Of course you have to dream big. And I actually have played in the States, in New York a few times. It was a different band, of course, but yeah, I've played in New York and I've played in Australia, believe it or not. But them things have been happening, you know, over the past 10 years. And this is a different scenario now. So we're just building this up and seeing how it goes. And as I say, the UK is handy for us because we can drive anywhere within the UK, you know. So we have a fair bit of work planned in the UK for 2015, which is really excited about, you know.
Fantastic. So, you know, one thing I want to ask you, the videos you are doing, you know, they're quite funny. Some of them are extremely cheesy. Who is behind it?
Well, I suppose we have to tell the truth here, don't we?
Come on, give it.
Some of the videos you do just as are standalone videos, you know, where just being myself. There's other videos in with a sort of a storyline, and I have to say that Andy Cox is the band manager, and he has a lot of input into them. Like when you appeared in yourself Summertime, which Andy drew out all the plans for
I know that
one. There was another one, The Hangover, which Andy appeared in himself. I think he maybe wants to be a movie star, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think we have to get him for an interview and find out.
Exactly. So, yeah, there has to go a bit of planning into them. And then a lot of time then on the day when you go to actually do the video, you just get all these different ideas, you know.
It kind of, I find you improvise quite a lot with those, and you can improvise quite a lot, especially with the country video music, because they're a bit more relaxed and that kind
very relaxed. And as I say, it doesn't have to be all sticking to script, you know.
Sure.
If we decide that, oh, there's a nice shot there of something on the side of the road, we can add it, you know. It doesn't have to be
any funny stories, anything funny.
Funny stories and funny things, and like I suppose in one of the videos where funny things happened, with the video made and then it's sent back to myself to proof it. So you know when you're watching something, you're proofing it, and you think this looks actually great, and this was ready to go for telly or TV for the next day for like all the Sky channels, Hot Country, Ireland West, and Phil Mac and all. This was going to them the very next day, and I watched that and I says, oh my God, look at this.
What happened?
So rewinded it again, watched it again, rewinded it again. So I was like, it was a solo shot. I was walking down a sort of like a warehouse, and I turned around and I noticed my zip was down. So
brilliant.
So all had to go back and hold again. We had to put it back then for another week. And obviously we didn't have to go and shoot the piece again, like, you know, but we had to get that piece out of it. So as I say, when you said that, you know, a lot of things don't.
Well, I think that's the problem when you don't really direct it as such, because you know you take the chance, everything is okay. You know, you don't have the
probably,
second person.
If there had been loads of directors and people there watching us every move, they might have seen things like that, you know. But we just go it solo, and there was a few onlookers and cheers.
Well, I tell you, the first interview I did here with this concept, my dress was unzipped on the back and nobody noticed. Only when we started editing it, we were like, oh no, and we can't do it again. So the lads had a lot of work trying to
so let's
make sure you could
let's hope we're all buttoned and
hopefully
zipped.
It's not tough.
Yeah, it would be okay.
Will be okay. Paul, you have a couple of DVDs as well, and where people can get them?
Yeah.
Usually at your gigs or out somewhere in the shops as well, or not really?
They're normally at, well, they're at all the gigs. You can get the CDs, and we just released a new DVD there in November. It's a 10-track DVD. You can get them at all the gigs, and any of the most popular record stores you get them in. We have a fella in Tyrone that markets them all for Sharp Music, so he's brilliant. So they be in all the stores there. You know, he delivers all over Ireland. So they're basically where you can get anybody else's country CD, you'll be able to get mine.
You will be.
Basically, you know.
You will be there.
And you know, as I say, I suppose the gigs. You know, when I'm on live here, and I want to say maybe a thank you to all the promoters out there. You know, that's promoting and doing gigs and organising gigs. You know, without them, I suppose number one is our fan base. You build up over a certain length of time. I say I'm just over a year now since I launched my band, and I can see like familiar faces from this gig to this gig appearing in different places where you wouldn't expect them to. So I suppose they need the first. Without them, like in any business, without them you don't have a business. And I suppose number two to the promoters and all the hotel.
Especially when you're starting up, it's so important to have people behind you. You
have to get people behind you. And I suppose another group of people that needs thanked is no more than yourself, the DJs and you know people that do things like we're doing today for promoting Irish country music. And maybe in some parts of Ireland country music isn't really that strong, but where I live, Donegal, and sort of the north part of Ireland, it's very strong there at the moment. And you get an example now where on New Year's Eve we played a gig and like there was, I'd say 60% of the crowd was under probably 25, you know.
No way.
Yeah, and they're on to jiving and doing the dancing and the hucklebuck dancing.
That's absolutely fantastic to hear.
Yeah, and as I can see it, you know, you have Monaghan, there's a great gig in Monaghan, the Four Seasons, you have a gig in Castleblaney, which is brilliant. And as you move down the country, you can see it slowly, you know, for me that's just over a year now, you can see it slowly, the crowd is not, don't get me wrong, that there's anything wrong with the older crowd because they're very loyal in their support. But just the younger crowd that would be maybe going to a disco 5 years ago is now going out to see country bands like myself and all the other country acts, you know, which is, I have to say, is brilliant, you know.
That's great, and congratulations. Listen, you achieved a lot within a very short period of time, so
I suppose for music I've been at it a long time, you know, for to be at just this level for just over a year, very happy. And as I say, you know, we're going to keep at it now and just, you know, building our fan base.
Well, we definitely follow your career. Don't worry.
So the next night we're down in the Red Cowaghan, so we'll be seeing you there.
Great, absolutely. Yeah, I come in and I dance.
You dance, yeah. You need to learn to jive.
Absolutely. Well,
maybe you can jive.
Do that. Listen, yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you, Paul, so much for coming, and safe drive back, and we will be in touch.
Thank you very much, Isabella. Great. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.